Good evening. Hello, learning lovers. It's me, Angie, your spiritual stewardess for the evening. We are going to not only talk about the planetary transits affecting the energy, but our title today, it came through. I just tried to go live and it was really strange. What had happened was, so I'm not really sure why I was unable to pull up the chat earlier. Yay, it works. Hey guys. Thank you so much. Oh, that was so weird. I've never seen the YouTubes do that before where it wasn't letting the chat come up, which was my whole purpose of jumping on live in the first place because I wanted to see y'all and thank y'all in person for all your prayers and well wishes and healing energy. It's it's been it's been something. But mom is home and resting, so we are very, very thankful for that. And it is indeed a miracle that she's here with us from the level of blockage. So I'm very, very thankful for that. I wanted to start off before we get to the reading tonight. Read the energy of the angel number today. It's angel number 258. And this was pulling me to last night's reading. So, with last night's reading, I feel there is a connection here, especially because at the beginning of the reading, when I was talking about the ring of fire, but was a line of fire, and it ended up being the ring at the top, and that whole middle section was all fire and creative energy. And in addition to maybe even three, two of the four for sure of the sacred rebel oracles. I wanted to encourage you to look those up because they are widely available if you want to Google those. So if that message did resonate with you last night, please do look up those oracle messages because they all were flooding through the message of the cards that we got last night. So I found that terribly cool and interesting. Today's reading is all about the song Strangers. And then as I was getting ready to post, I also got the song that is of a similar thread. It's Strange by Celeste. So I don't know if you guys have heard that song, but it's about the Celeste Strange song. Isn't it strange how people can change? Um, to become friends, friend becomes lovers, and strangers again. Okay, so there's that. And then we also have the completely different genre of Strangers by Ella Langley and Cameron Marlowe. That was released January 21st, 26th, 21st, it's my birthday, 2024. That reduces to a 17 or the star card energy. And we did see the Aquarian King of Swords there and the environmental energy. So I wanted to do a continuation and see what was going on with that. If it is indeed a choice in relationship, then there's that. We're going to continue that. But if it is about building your dreams and all that fire of creativity, our angel message today is encouraging us to build our dreams and take one moment at a time. The things we do today are part of a bigger picture. Your angels encourage you to treat each moment today as a precious building block of a much larger structure. Draw, write, or contemplate as you visualize what it will all look like when it's completed. So that's manifesting energy 101, is to be in the feeling of already having what it is that you desire. So to get jalapeno feels for that manifestation because we are still in Scorpio season and that energy happens fast. Life comes at you fast in Scorpio season, that's for sure. My calendar is full for of November birthdays. I collect Scorpios. Apparently, we're like peas and carrots, so I wouldn't have it any other way. So let's see what's going on. You know what? I was gonna go. I'm gonna go. Oh, actually, I think I want to do a card each of both because that that witch oracle is pulling to me as well. Okay, let's see what's going on. Yeah, after the storm. So, and I just was drawn right to this cage here. That is a Merkaba. It's a soul chariot, and that is alignment of head and heart. Whereas the King of Swords energy has a tendency to decide head over heart. This is a one card. So, with a big bright sun behind it and a white owl of knowledge, and you are coming into alignment with head and heart here, especially if there's confusion or it feels like an in between energy. Are we, can we be friends or can we not be friends? Is that too hard with it as well? So this is after some kind of storm and some kind of contemplation as to where is your soul chariot going next. So the energy of the chariot is tomorrow's energy. I follow the energies of the moon. I read messages in time, and they tend to be about a day ahead. So, oddly or not oddly enough. So, this is an after the storm energy. So, there's this contemplative in between. Yeah, restore and replenish. And that is a 38 energy, which is an 11. I knew it, 111. What happens on 111, guys? Who's the first one to tell me? I'll pull you a card. What's happening? Been watching for a hot minute. What is happening on January 11th, 2025? Go, if y'all know. Thanks for saying hi to each other and being so welcoming as usual. Thank you guys so much. She was so tickled when I told her you guys had sent her well wishes, and that was just so sweet. And I know that that energy was there helping us out, because by all standards, those are not usually survivable to the magnitude that that was. So we're very, very, very thankful. So thank you guys for doing that. So January 11th is the nodal shift. We've been in the north node of Aries, south node in Libra. And every nodal shift, it is a challenge, a lesson for humans to find the middle ground of those sister or opposing signs. And our lesson here is finding independence and autonomy within one-to-one committed partnerships. Okay, that is not an easy balance. If we're too far in that south node energy, that could be codependency, that's overgiving, that's ensuring that everybody else is fine and depleting your own resources. And too much in that north node energy, we could get towers for being too far in the me, my, and not considering the we aspect of Libra. So this is definitely about that cycle. We've been seeing that a lot. That number, just 111 coming up, or 111. January 11th is the magic date. We have that shift. So, restoring and replenishing, going beyond normal. There is our temperance energy of 14 and the 5 of change coming in, coming on through. So, again, thank you guys so much for being here and all your love and support and beautiful energy. I so appreciate that. So, what I thought I would do is pull a major arcana. I'm going to ask if this is a possibility here of remaining friends, what the lesson is with that. What about if it is a remaining lover situation and moving forward, or whether we just need to cut bait, and or the other person does, or what have you, whether it was our choice or not our choice. Maybe what the lesson of that was. We'll pull some advice cards as well for you. But let's see what's going on with these differing energies. Miss Lizzie, Miss Canada, how are you? Nice. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. Appreciate it. You guys are so wonderful. Glad you caught alive. That's awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, our first card out is the energy of grace There's the 17 energy, the star, the healing energy. So I just said 126, 2024 reduces to a 17. So that is the energy of the star. In this deck, it is the love story of Dante and Beatrice. And there are two doves of peace there, a lot of fire energy still coming through. And we did have those, we had the doves show up on the bottom of the deck before the cut last night with that temperance energy. So here's the star. This is about staying connected and putting action towards your dreams, wishes, hopes. There is a full moon behind Dante's head. So this would be the friends energy of grace here, of hope. There could be some hope there, hope in them there hills. Still, let's find out from the lover's path. All of these major arcana are related to a love story of different kinds of lovers. So we'll see what this friends one is all about. Let me look here at the star, or again in this deck, grace. It's called grace. Inspiration, hopes, and dreams. So Beatrice's presence made such an impact and an impression on Dante that he felt as though his spirit had been infused with light. He was convinced that she was truly an angel and was unable to speak to her when they met. Since he said nothing, Beatrice did not suspect Dante's love. Soon after, she wedded another. The anguished Dante had an inspiring dream of Beatrice with the god Amor. He awoke resolved that his love for Beatrice would be no earthly passion to expire when they died. Instead, he would immortalize Beatrice with poems that would last forever. So, this is a meaning of love that inspires us and inspires others, turning dreams into reality after the storm, awareness of goals, and the belief and self esteem to meet those goals. Okay, so if you did not catch it, we had a wonderful discussion on the twin flame journey today, dispelling some myths and really just our own opinions and what we see in readings and with clients going through those tough energies. So for me here, with this energy of should we still be friends, this is for peace, this is finding peace within. The relationships are always for a reason, whether they end up being romantic in nature or not. It's to change us, and maybe the change was igniting the other person. Maybe that was the soul contract, that it would not turn into a love relationship, but that deep rooted sense of friendship that can carry on forever, as in Dante's wish to immortalize Beatrice. She had such an impact on him. So, when when we want someone to grow and we try to do so by force of ultimatums or expectation of outcome, and that person's not ready to grow yet, it's not an insult to us. That is just a lesson in it's just not right now, A. And B, that's our lesson of releasing expectation of the way something should be, the dreaded shoulds and couldas, right? So whatever you may think, even if you're not satisfied with that energy of friendship, know that this has brought peace, and that this person, this isn't they're not going to forget you anytime soon. This is an energy of someone's life that you could have changed the trajectory in a very deep way, even if you didn't know it. Okay, even if you didn't know it. Let's look at this energy of what about if this is lovers. Okay, well, we got 3 here with justice being on top, 11. There's that 11 again. And then we have the energy of the lovers, 6 energy, and 19 awakening, which in this deck is called awakening, the sun in most of their decks for that major arcana. So I'm asking about lovers, and we get balance or justice. We talked today about the need to be balanced within our own divine feminine and divine masculine energy, even just so that wish with those wishing dandelions here on the bottom of the card. This is Isis and Osiris, the all time, the lovers of all time, right? The original OGs, the original lovers, and we have to have balance within ourselves before this kind of energy can come into balance. That is destined and fated. Okay. There's always something to learn, and we could simply be learning an energy of balance, loving within ourselves, so that we can wake up and we can be alerted to the fact that life isn't really, all about life isn't about the 3D. This is Cupid and Psyche. It is about a spiritual connection. It is about tuning into our own intuition. I think I typed on the picture cover, intuition or fear screams, intuition whispers. Well, here we go. Something has to shock us to our core in order to alert us to what does make us happy. And that does first come with our own balance within, so that this lover's energy can be ignited. Then that is how the energy is set forward, right? Only until, and I was talking about, that's why I don't do timing in readings, because that makes no sense. First of all, time is a human construct. And second of all, this energy cannot even be ignited until you do your part, which is balancing the divine within you. That's it, and that's all, and that's everything. You cannot predict human nature. You cannot predict free will. So you can certainly say what the energy is supportive of, what is coming up in the energy, what the planetary alignments and how they're talking to each other, the aspects are going to be doing, and how that's going to affect us. But we can only control ourselves. So for me, if this is a lover's energy that is to continue, it is starting with the balance in you. You could be walking into this balance of self right now. And when you do, boom, this love comes in so strong that it wakes you the F up. And that, again, Cupid and Psyche, with Osiris and Isis, and then Penelope and Odysseus, this justice energy. And this justice card, still called justice in this deck, she has been waiting a long time for Odysseus to come back home. He's been out on leave, and she's been using her own creativity and talents. She is independent within her own right. She hasn't had him all these years he's been gone, and she's been thriving and creating all on her own. That's when the loves comes knocking back around. And this is, I mean, awakening is the sun energy. It's the card of ultimate happiness, of childlike happiness, like stupid love. Like you're so happy. It's like you're stupid happy. So with here with this after the storm and the restore and replenish energy, see how he's carrying her. So it kind of feels like here, if this is a currently a friend zone situation, it wasn't for nothing, and you literally have no idea, um, how much you could have changed that person. That could have been the only reason that your contract was for, is so that you could help them move into this next position in their life, so they can learn the lessons that their soul agreed for them to learn. And even if it's not right now, that's just not right now, doesn't mean it's not forever. It just means they have some things to still learn, and you could have some things to still learn that you aren't capable of giving each other, especially if you're a super kind person and you're just not going to teach somebody in the way of let's say in the way of doing something unkind or cruel, like some of those lessons can be, especially if it's anything to do with like ghosting, just upping, and disappearing. That's immature. It's immature energy, and if you're higher vibration than that, then it's just not going to align, right? And that's for your best and highest good. So have some grace for this person, have some grace for yourself. But again, it's about this healing energy here. Okay, let's look at, and we have our 211s, our 1111 energy. Let's look at if this is strangers. What is the part of the hero's journey here? It's meant to be strangers. 9, contemplation. So this in this deck, it's contemplation. In the major arcana, it is strength. So again, balance. The energy of an 8 life path, which is the year that we're in, is that outer balance or outer wanting to financially secure ourselves, everything outside of ourselves, and then turning that same energy to balance on the inside. Otherwise, if we get lopsided, then we become out of alignment, and then we attract these energies that we cause storms, right? That's simply just to show us, it's not to punish us, it's just to show us, hey, something's off kilter, something's out of alignment here, and adjustments need to be made before this can come together. Now, Abelard and Eloise, there is a cello here in the background. He is an artist making a painting, creating a painting. So let's be reminded here of what this Abelard and Eloise energy, this 9 of strength, is all about. That would, excuse me, did I say, I said 9, but then I made the 8 symbol, like strength, Leo the lion, but 9 is the hermit energy, about looking back, contemplating all the steps you've taken so far. Where did this relationship go wrong? There are mountains in the background here, which the hermit usually is found on top of, looking down with his lantern of the star is inside the hermit's lantern. Okay. And after life storms, we contemplate, okay, what was my part? What was their part? What energies do I want to recreate? What do I want to look for in a person again? And did I learn the lesson of discernment? Right? Did I see that coming? Was I ignoring red flags? So, pardon that, but there is a reason there we're seeing that strength energy. This might be, if you're having to let this go, you're just, it's not wanting to let go of that other half of the lemniscate, right? Let's see. Peter Abelard was a famed, brilliant theologian and teacher during the medieval ages. Abelard quickly became known for mastery of philosophical dialogue and independence of thought. He even went against church policy and took positions sympathetic to pagan traditions. However, it was his love for Eloise that caused the biggest scandal. So this is a stranger's situation, and this is a relationship in separation now. It possibly could have been some kind of maybe making some people's at church blush. I think those are the best ways, but that's just me personally. I'm at an age where I don't care what anybody else thinks, because I understand the most important person to get the approval of is yourself. If you happy, the people that matter don't mind, and the people that do mind don't matter. Right? Bye bye. So let's see. So this caused the biggest scandal. The story of their forbidden love is set out in Abelard's 1130 book, The History of My Calamities. So listening to your heart, retreat into inner life at this time. Your needs are not so focused on relationship with others, but on your relationship with yourself. Hilarious. Going inside, spending time on your own. We've got to do that reflection, or else we're just going to subconsciously choose the same kind of relationship because the lesson will not go away. The lesson will, that I know for sure. We're just going to keep getting it in the different meat suits, right? So this is really interesting. Let's find out what's going on here. Let's get a card from my new deck, the Mystical Tarot, Ace of Cups on the bottom. And I shuffled these before we even started. And I purposely love to be surprised. So, what are we talking about today? The energy of the lovers and the sister energy of the devil, which is that fear, which can be addictions, dependence, and trying to find that middle ground. In between that Aries and Libra. So let's find out here what's going on with Grace. Okay. Ten of Swords in reverse. This is the Friends energy. And the Hanged Man and Ten of Swords are in reverse. So, Ten of Swords in reverse is all about not letting go of the pain. Maybe we're not wanting to accept that this is just friends. Maybe that feels like a betrayal. There are all these needles poking into her head. That's a lot of hands, a lot of people all up in your business here. The sun is setting, and the hanged man energy in reverse means that we are not seeing something from the 180 or the other end of that axis, right? That Aries and Libra axis. We are not seeing the other side. So if this is a friend situation, we are also not seeing that there's care and concern. This person thinks way more highly of you than you're aware of, but we're not seeing that. We're not seeing that message. We're not getting that. It feels like we're hanging on to this pain energy because when Ten of Swords is in the upright, remember Nine of Swords is the end of that type of energy, and Ten of Swords is dead end of 1 + 0 is 1, the Ace of Swords of truth. So this feels like to me here we're still holding on to hope that this will transition back to a lover's situation, but we're not seeing the spiritual significance or the spiritual lesson of that yet. This could be feeling pretty raw to you if this is recent here with this after the storm. And again, we're in an energy of freedom today. So I said on the title that freedom might feel strange. Okay. Isn't it strange how people can change from lovers to friends, friends into lovers, and then strangers again? The song with Ella Langley, she said that I put the description in the description box, my notes. They wrote the song Strangers about a relationship that feels impossible to escape. Damned if you stay, damned if you leave. It's a good old fashioned catch 22. I also circled 22 degrees 44 minutes on Venus. Last night, the first two cards came out to reduce to a 4 and a 4. So 44 energy surrounding love, Venus, abundance, beauty. And we had the Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck tonight as what this whole thing is about here before the shuffle. So on the bottom here, yeah, not wanting to accept that this is over here, and there's that Scorpio energy. There are the white lilies, the peace lilies, and we had the two doves of peace that are flying, that death energy, death and transformation. This is so when you learn this lesson of the hanged man, the spiritual lesson here is for your transformation. Okay, not just theirs. It's not here to, to F with you and just be a bastard so that you can always feel like woe is me, or what the hell, why does this always happen to me? Well, if we're not learning the lesson, then we've got to sit and ask, and journal whatever you need to do. What are the shadow pieces of the psyche that need to be healed here, that need to be acknowledged? Transformations wanting to come through, but remember again, that love, that Six of Lovers energy of Osiris and Isis does not happen until we find our own independence and our own balance. It's here to awaken us, right? Wake us the F up. Okay. She's wearing a blue dress here. And there's a zipper here, which I know has nothing to do with the hanged man, but with this reverse, it's a reverse zipper. So instead of unzipping, it's like something's trying to zip back up, and we just and we don't want to accept that. It's hard. It's how can you go from lovers to friends? Is that even possible? Is that even possible? It is here for your transformation, however, and the King of Cups. It's so your head and heart can come into balance. Again, Scorpio energy, King of Cups. That is the soul drives the chariot. Okay. And notice that she is holding her own ship, her own soulmate energy in her own right. And then a ship is coming through, is sailing through the bottom here. And that only happens if and when we come into our own head to heart balance, our divine masculine and our divine feminine, because the soul drives the chariot with no reins. Okay, that's pretty straightforward message here as far as I'm concerned, regarding the friends energy. Let's look at this lovers energy. How you guys doing tonight? I am doing okay, guys. I'm doing all right. I'm a little tired and a lot of frazzled, but I knew this would be an energy boost for me because I always just have so much fun with y'all. And I this is my greatest joy of every day. And when I can't do that, I feel like I get backed up and my energy gets backed up. It has to come out. So, and I find the best solution or the best way when we're feeling a little low or something scary has just happened is to try our best to be of service to others. And I certainly do hope you find this as a service to you and your heart, because that is my intention. Always my intention is for the best and highest good of y'all. You guys are so wonderful. Okay, let's look at what's going on here. What's going on here with justice, the lovers, and awakening right away? Judgment call. Lovers energy. Archangel Gabriel sounding the trumpet here during Scorpio time. That is the energy of death and rebirth in and of itself. So if something is going to come back around, if it's not right now, we do our work. Here comes this love energy, which is the choice card, the 20 energy of judgment, Archangel Gabriel. If this resurrection does come back around, you got a decision to make about your own happiness here, because things might have changed. Things do change when we come into balance for ourselves. We think that we can possibly only get that energy from a love relationship, but the big secret is that we can only meet someone in love to the depth of which we love ourselves. And if that's out of balance, we're going to get that unbalanced energy coming our way to teach us how to get back in balance and to wake our asses up, right? That's that's crazy. Archangel Michael right there. A 50, she has a 50s kind of a style dress on with those gloves, like a little posh. I feel like this is for you to get in balance. It's like treat yourself nice, like understand that you are the one in control here of your own fate and destiny. And yes, we have lessons to learn that, but that doesn't mean joy isn't available. We have to find that within ourselves first in order to attract joy, if that makes sense. King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck here. We do have Taurus energy in Uranus, the planet of revolution. We are at, let's see, 25 degrees something here, Uranus, 25 degrees 42. That would be a 76. A 13 again of the death and rebirth energy. Wow. So the Sabian symbol for 26 Taurus is a Spaniard serenading his senorita. And that's about learning how to behave appropriately, the revolution energy through those degrees. That's depth. Okay. Taurus's depth here is very in his depths. So, in your environmental energy or simply your own opposing yin or yang, this could be you, this could be a partner, this could be an action here, a judgment call about pentacles, simply. And you're questioning perhaps whether that's going to bring you balance and justice. With this creative energy, it does certainly feel like it's going to bring you money. The elders here, whenever I see an elk, that is my symbol for ancestors and elders trying to get messages through and help you with this balance and this decision. But again, we have to find our own independence and self worth first. Okay. Taurus is risk averse. So, with the opposing energy of Scorpio, that's all about risk taking. You know, where's the fun? I've never met a boring Scorpio my entire life. They are money makers, they're the fun makers, they are super creative, water sign, but they've also got that fire. Don't piss one off. The depth of their love is very, very deep. I was writing a cool article about the life path of a Scorpio. And because the feelings of a Scorpio are so very deep and mysterious, you can know how everyone else is feeling, but never kind of reveal how you're feeling. Scorpio, if you have some Scorpio there in your chart, my moon is in Scorpio. So already being a Cancer stellium in the house of Pisces, I got the WADA. I'm aware of depth of feeling, and this is all about how can we allow our we are in control of our feelings. They are not in control of us. And I'm getting very heated here. I'm feeling a little itchy. So that just for me means the energy is pretty surgy. To how to describe it, it's just a lot of energy coming through here at once. Okay, so judgment crossed by the King of Pentacles. You could be making a judgment call on a King of Pentacles archetype. Trying to change the vernacular and the discussion on, oh, you got a King of Pentacles, you got a Taurus coming towards you. And that is so surface. That's not really what tarot is. It's the archetype. They could be a Leo person, but carry themselves as a Taurus, meaning they could be a little risk averse, which is the opposite of Leo energy, right? So this is someone who is established, or this judgment call could mean that you're becoming established and balanced in your own right. It's this conquering something here. This is standing on top of tradition, on top of elders. This could be someone that has a family legacy to uphold, or maybe even you do. That is in the environmental energy. Right underneath that, Knight of Pentacles. The kings are the ones that send out the knights. This is a tangible offer. This energy here is balanced, fair. And if this is your own energy, it feels like you need to really trust your own capability here, to be independent and to handle your own business, to continue that legacy, if that is what this creative activity here, or even creating a new legacy. Okay, so we could be balancing our energies here by really knocking out those ancestral wounds and patterns and coming into our own right. Maybe that's why I was getting the 50s energy here. Mad Men, the show. So that was, awful times as far as for women is concerned. Like you were just seen as, not as good as, not blank as, not as successful as. There were, impossible mountains to climb that men didn't have to climb simply because they were deemed a man. So a lot of times have changed. This 50s energy, that's odd. I haven't ever gotten that before as a download. It's like sounding the trumpet that times are a changing, coming into balance. And in order to come into balance, we must get terribly knocked out of balance. Sometimes in order to see that, we need to come back into balance. This is definitely stability coming through hot, here with your own balance and stability. What about this Osiris? Tell me more about this lover's energy, this connected to this wish. This could be, lovers is past life soulmate energy. People say, oh, you have a choice to make or a decision to make. Yes. But when it's a past life soul contract, that decision's already been made. We're learning that lesson. No matter what we agreed to. Okay, what about this? Can we get any more information here on the lover's energy? So balance comes with a judgment call, a resurrecting from the past, looking at our own energy, our own self. We need to turn that hanged man right side up here. The world, it's not over. So this is the successful completion of a cycle when it is upright. The energy, he's got the whole world in his hands. Isn't that an old song as well? I mean, like way back. So with the world being in reverse, this lover's energy, this is a cycle that is not yet successfully completed. Okay, could be coming back around. Let me get the information on Isis and Osiris to give us some more context here with this love energy. The lovas in the regular major arcana. So this is about love, harmony, passion, and sensuality. The myth of Osiris and Isis illustrates the power of love and how it can transform us irrevocably. Isis and Osiris were blissful in their love for each other. Jealousy ate at their brother Set's soul, granting him no rest. He trapped Osiris in a coffin and heaved him into the Nile. Using the power of her love, the goddess brought Osiris back to life for a final embrace. This is awareness of the nature of passionate love, and I'm getting an ear squeezy here, and what is needed to encourage it. A new important relationship, peace within oneself, okay, and balance there. Love that transforms the world around you as well as yourself. So I feel like this is in process here. We're in the process of looking at old patterns, of setting up our own independence in order to get balanced. That's how we can complete this cycle. Okay. And I'm definitely really drawn to love that transforms the world around you as well as yourself. Well, when we balance ourselves, that's literally what happens as far as physics. Our own personal vibration resonates outward and then helps change and helps the people around us. All boats rise kind of energy. Okay. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. This this love is energy. It ain't over. Okay. It ain't over. It never is in the 5D. So if that is any, if you're hurting right now or just have been through a big storm, there's, something we're hanging on to that we just can't see to the other side of yet. It is coming, but we have to be willing to let go of the expectation and of the story of, the expectation of outcome of what that was supposed to be for us. And only until we do that and we see it as, a message and a message of strength and growth for our own learning, then the balance comes. Then when the cycle repeats and comes back around, if it wasn't now and it's here in the future, you're a different person. You're a different person and you are both better for it. Now, whether the other person has grown or not, that will depict whether or not the connection is ready to come together because both people have to be in the same vibrational frequency in order to find each other's frequency again. And that does not happen until y'all are both learning the lessons you agreed to learn with or without each other, before the connection can come to fruition. Okay. That is, Spirit says that's the truth. There's the Ace of Swords, which, in addition to the lovers being past life soulmate energy, where's my Nautilus? See that up on her head? That is connected all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way back. A tale as old as time. Wow. And this truth, this truth holds the key to completing your own cycle of balance so that this lover's energy can come in. Wow. There's the Knight of Wands. That was the situation. I walked the line because you're mine, the Ring of Fire, and all that creative flow. And we did again have the Ace of Cups here starting out. It's all about love, sweet love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. And ain't that the truth? Boy, oh boy. Okay. This truth comes in hot. It feels like once you get it, I'm noticing that the keyhole is inside of the center of that history, of that old knowledge here, of this lesson. Once you unlock that, then comes the sun. It's all right. Okay, let's keep going here. Yep, Six of Cups. Right there. And the environmental energy, the truth about this love and what it was supposed to teach us. It could have just been to get us on a trajectory to our own independence. And then, if you raise your vibration and you are ready, then what you are ready for will come to you. Now, awakening, the sun energy, Psyche. Oh, there's a third card hiding here. King of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, and we can't get rid of it, Temperance. So it's the last card here in this section, King of Pentacles. Now, in this deck, there are two King of Pentacles. There is a masculine King of Pentacles, and there is a feminine King of Pentacles. So, what do we talk about? In your environment, when you're doing you, you're at the height of your creativity here. You're creating, you're making, you're not even noticing that person is gone. This is him stitched into the curtains so that she can kind of trick or ward off other would-be suitors because she's like, I'm busy. I'm busy doing me. I'm busy making my own calls. And in the environmental energy, is this masculine King of Pentacles. And then here we have in the top part of the energy in the sun and the awakening is you awakening to wait a minute, I can be my own King of Pentacles. Yeah, the energy is here to support that. Not only that, the sun energy with this awakening, normally the sun card, look at all that yellow. Your solar plexus is your own body's sun that alerts you to your joy. It's kind of shaped like a divining rod because that is what is supposed to lead us to our best and highest good. That lesson of discernment of, does this bring me joy or not? There's no in between. Does it make me happy or not? Now, the Seven of Pentacles is something that's about to come to fruition. We planted all those seeds, and Feminine King of Pentacles, that's badass. All the seeds are planted, right? You did what you needed to do. So, what this is showing me is that because this energy is here in the environment, you are rising to the challenge here and putting a focus on your own happiness because you get it. You guys are getting it. So if this reading is for you, it might be you passing it on to someone that you know. If you do that, thank you. Help spread the word. It helps the channel grow. And you never know someone might not want to talk about it. And you just go like, check this out. This reminded me of you when I listened to it. That is you working your light just by sharing the energy. And that's beautiful. King of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Temperance. This is the puzzle piece to our own piece. Temperance energy is a soulmate card, considered a soulmate card. And there is, we talked about this last night because it was the card before the cut. This grace with these doves, like peace is a big deal here. White birds, knowledge and peace here, but we've got to let go of this pain. I don't feel like you have any idea how much you affected this person, whether they're telling you or not. Temperance energy is about spirit going, okay, here's some little tidbits here we need to come into balance with. They're planting the seeds and you're doing it. You're awakening. This is how we do it. Montel Jordan, thank you. This is how we do it. Okay. And it is probably through this restoring and replenish, definitely after some kind of storm where you're having to get solid and in balance and back on your feet. And then this is a successful completion of a cycle. And then that unlocks the key into that pineal gland right at the center of our mind, our brain. It's a physical location where we meditate and can access this ancient knowledge. We all can do it. We all can do it. It's a muscle. You just have to exercise and practice it. It takes some time, but the seeds have already been planted. You're already coming into some abundance here, and definitely healing, alchemizing the energy, turning this pain into wisdom. That's beautiful. We go from hope to it's here. Okay. And we're better for it. We're better for it. It's different this time. It can be successful this time. Okay. Let's look at these guys here. Alrighty. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. Environmental energy, King of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Temperance energy. Man, this earthy energy, Knight of Pentacles back again, very slow moving, but the only knight that actually makes it to his destination. I said you're doing it. The seeds have already been planted, and here's further confirmation of that. About to get real stupid happy. It's like Ace of Pentacles. It is a tangible offer you are creating by shifting your energy. The energy of this connection therefore shifts. It's all over here. Okay, it's all over the cards. Ace of Pentacles and Queen of Wands. There's that creative energy. There is your sunflower of loyalty to self and your own healing. And there are lightning bugs here lighting up the sky. She's got a peacock skirt on, which is reminiscent of the Nine of Cups and a couple of other decks. That let your shake your tail feather, let that freak flag fly. Maybe it's a freak tail. Who knows? No judgment here. This is all about your light bulb of that inner intuition. The key is inside. We can all learn how to do it. That's why this is not successfully completed yet. We're almost there. We got to keep going. Okay. The Queen of Wands is a master manifester. But we can only do that if we are holding on to the pieces, right? Finding the pieces of our own psyche to find peace. And you're doing it and doing it well. Okay, let's look at the last energy of contemplation. Eight of Wands, passionate communication. It's all about you stepping into your power, guys. That has to happen first. So hence the lovely lecture on why I don't give timing on in readings. It's useless. It all depends on the person themselves, and that's it. And there's that proof right here. Contemplation or hermit energy, Abelard and Eloise. Music and art may be a component, but definitely have climbed some mountains here. Six of Swords, allowing spirit to carry us to calmer waters here, staying anchored to our star. Okay, we've got to create an island of our own peace, our own independence. This is an independent island, right? I am a rock, I am an island. Okay, what is that? That is your anchor here. This is what gets the ball rolling. And that is crossed by Seven of Cups. More, look at all those stars. Staying connected to our star. So Spirit is trying to help you here. Notice that she's like a dark cloud, like coming over the top of that island. So that's our own stinking thinking here, and not doing the restoring and replenishing, not getting rest, staying in this Ten of Swords reverse, refusing, just wanting to kind of wallow a little bit here. But Spirit is trying to pull you away from that. I see you're doing the work. If this is a lover's energy, if this is strangers, that's like a dark cloud, right? You got to anchor back into that independence and autonomy in order for this to turn back into a lover situation. Okay. The Seven of Cups on the bottom is emotional fragmentation. This is not knowing what we want. How can you be anchored to your own star of independence if you're not sure of which star you want to pick? What is it that you want? Okay, so if it is a stranger's situation of friends, lovers, or strangers, that just means it's still in a stranger stage or in a stage of disconnect, because we need to connect with our own self and autonomy first and foremost. And in order to do that, we have to know what we want, and not just stay in the hurt. We can't just go trying to pick any old star. The star energy here is about staying connected to what your hopes and wishes and dreams are and methodically working towards them the way that earth energy would. This is a lot of earth here in with this justice, lovers, and the sun. So we've got Libra, we've got Gemini and Leo energy there, Aquarius on this end, Virgo energy on this end. Okay. Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords. Geez Louise. So this is an energy of feeling like someone is going to take what's yours, right? Being overly watchful. Okay, if we're sitting and going, why aren't they here yet? Why aren't they here yet? Why aren't they here yet? That's a sure way to ensure that they're not going to, because that's taking the focus off of you. And the focus is about self. And that's it. It's the balance of the energy. We have to be in soul alignment, and that means head and heart agree. Okay, so Six of Swords, Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords, that is not a fun energy to be in. And it hurts if we're in that stranger stage. It hurts if we're not in in union. But we only delay, or we only make that time exaggerated when we're staying in that painful energy that's bookending over here of being that dark cloud and not anchoring to our independence, thinking that something outside of us will make us happy and bring us the sun. You are the freaking sun, guys. You are the sun. And until we're shining that for ourselves, we can't really get those dark clouds to float away. We have to anchor ourselves to what it is we want. But in order to do that, in an energy of confusion and overwatching and expectation of outcome, then it's strangers. And there's a reason for that. Only if and until we find balance within ourselves can that lover's energy and the sun energy come toward us. You have to be what it is that you want. And if you are restoring and replenishing your energy at this time, that's a lot of heart healing here, a lot of balance, a lot of inner work isn't always fun. As a matter of fact, it's not usually fun. Because before that, we're just blind to the fact that we need to do that, right? It's like ignorance is bliss kind of thing. But then we're like, why does this keep happening to me? Why do I always attract people who fill in the blank? That's our sign that something's out of alignment within ourselves. Okay. Wow. Page of Wands is waiting to come here, wanting to come out here with the toucan Sam here. I don't know if you like Fruit Loops or not. Maybe if it's strangers, they were a little too Fruit Loopy, and it just wasn't for you. Why was that lesson there for you? What did you, what were the red flags we ignored? What are we not learning about ourselves? And why are we not connecting into what it is that we want? Why are we being hyper vigilant over a desired outcome and having expectation? That's a surefire way. That expectation is a tough one to learn, but it's a surefire way to be confused and absolutely not get what you want and cause turmoil, so much so that spirit's like, okay, come on. I've been trying to help you. I've been trying to contact you and tell you these things possibly in your dreams to help you get very, very clear on what it is that you want. Okay. You think you're protecting the energy, but the hypervigilance or the expectation of it is actually an energy deterrent. It pushes it out further. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. Like I said, I'm still a little bit rattled, but I knew that you guys would give me that little punch of energy, and I always feel so much joy bringing these readings to you guys. So I hope that they do make sense for you. If there are any cards here that you would like me to clarify, pop that into the chat. I am happy to do that. Let's get some. Oh, I wanted to get this, didn't I? Maybe there's a reason here that I kept checking out this energy. Let's get some advice here or additional information. Advice for the star energy or grace. Hello, welcome. Thank you guys for coming in. Miss Brandy. Oh, do we have news? Do we have news? I see you all talking together. I love that. Thank you so much for taking good care of each other. This community that we're building together means so much to me. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, here, Grace in this after the storm maiden journey. Wow. So if you're in a friend's position here, you're just like trying to be friends with this person, perhaps that you used to be lovers with, or trying to get it to move past a friend's stage. Maybe you got friend zoned, maybe you friend zoned them. This is the start. This is the start of the journey, the maiden voyage. And there's that 8 energy. I was feeling that before. Instead of the hermit, here is the energy of strength. She's flying on a magic carpet here, and see how she's flying above the darkness. Okay, above the darkness of 10 of Swords in reverse. Ten of Swords in reverse is wanting to kind of stay in that darkness and not seeing a way out or holding on to the hurt. And we got to rise above that to get up out of that. Okay. It could have to do with some kind of mother wounding here that we need to find peace regarding. The 27 energy, devouring mother. That could be healing our inner child. And 27 is a 9. So back to that hermit energy of self examination. What mountains have you climbed? What do we learn from that? I want to know what love is. Do you know how to love yourself? And it could be because you were not seen, or whatever that wound was, that disconnect. A rebirth is trying to be here for us. Okay. Wow. Underneath that, divine masculine. That's something. Do you see the number there? 12. The hanged man that is in reverse here. Wow, wow, wow. So our advice here is we've got some obviously some lessons and some learning, because we're hanging on to the storm. This is what's happening is the one card of after the storm, and see how she's flying away from the storm after the storm. So this is just a prompt for us to really dig into the psyche. It could even be maybe you thought this person had mommy issues, right? Let's see what's on the bottom. The Phoenix, 4. Emperor energy, rising above our rising like the phoenix out of the fire. Pluto is the energy of death and transformation. Okay. Pluto is in a cool vacation spot. Pluto is transformation and complete change, right? We can only do that by tearing back down all the way to ground level in order to rebuild, and then learning, oh, I've got to learn how to balance what my head and my heart wants, not one or the other, not with my expectations. But that's when the ship can come through the portal, is when we are in alignment with soul. The Phoenix. Underneath that, 33, Thief of Peace. That's monkey mind. We saw that in the card yesterday of the it was the 40 card, and it was like the Fool, but she's a jester that was getting in control of no longer allowing anyone to puppeteer us. You're in control of the puppet strings and having some damn fun. So let's see what else is here for us. What about the center story advice for if this is lovers? Where it looks like you are finding your own King of Pentacles, and that energy is here for you to do that so we can bring this cycle, this knowledge to a close in order to unearth these pentacles that were already planted. There's a castle in her like beehive hairdo here. I got two beehive hairdos. The temperance energy there of again finding the puzzle pieces to find our own peace. Queen of Wands, we're doing that through some kind of creativity, and this is what brings these pentacles underground into fruition. It's slow, but it's a guaranteed tangible 3D offer here. What this is, the harpy advice is the harpy of rage 35. That's an 8 energy again. Justice, lovers, and awakening. Well, we have the world here in the only as the only reverse card in this lovers pile. This is crossed by again the thief of peace. Why is the harpy of rage here? It doesn't feel like it's appropriate for this energy. Let me see why, if we can get an idea why. I might pull out the Oracle deck for that definition. Haven't had that card come out before. Is that like the bad dreams? They carry away something. Any idea? Okay. Uh, Creative, a creatrix of cunning. There's our 6 energy of the lover's energy for our advice. There's a sword of truth here. We did have Ace of Swords come out. And this is about being cunning like a fox, understanding the truth versus what is not true. In addition to the keeper of silence, more 9 energy here with that hermit. That is she has Aries ram horns there on. And like, it's not about having to put someone on blast, right? It's about our own balance here. But let me find out what it is. That's just not resonating for me yet here at the moment. The 5 card of change, the Selkie. Okay. Maybe you're just not talking about this. Maybe with this lover's energy, if it's lovers and it's something that's in silence, there's a judgment call that needs to be made here or a cycle that needs to be completed. Selkie energy, that's like 5 of cups feeling. Let's go ahead and see what this harpy energy is all about. Thank you guys again so much. I really appreciate. I'm gonna call my mommy and make sure she's tucked in bed and feeling good tonight here after I'm done. 35, 8 energy. Balancing the outside with the insides here. Okay, rage can be purifying. Okay, like the harpies of Homeric poems, The Fool, The Hero's Journey, rage can bring the storm winds that scour and wipe a landscape clean, the tower energy, the death energy. Okay, while this may seem a destructive force on the surface, rage, like the harpies, can bring change and shift landscapes, both internal and external, about balancing within yourself. Okay. Quiet or loud, a wild howl or a hiss in the dark. Anger is both purposeful and natural. So stop bottling it and shoving it away in order to be pleasing. So on the title, I put fear screams, intuition whispers. Okay. Quiet or loud, a wild howl or a hiss in the dark. The most powerful woman in total control of herself gathers her rage rather than shrieking into the wind where her passion can be swallowed. Independence, like, I'm not bothered. This person is gone. I'm creative and awesome in my own right. And do what you're going to do, person here. If this is going to be a lover situation, you go do you, boo. And I'm here by my damn self, just being awesome and growing. You're doing the work here. Boy, that's a weird card. Okay. So rather than shrieking into the wind where her passion can be swallowed, she'll find her branch and settle into a position of power. Okay. She'll find her branch, like the one on top of a tree, and settle into her position of power here as the feminine King of Pentacles. Okay. Finding the pieces of your own psyche to find peace. It's a long slog, but you're doing it. Let's see. Using her authority, she will choose her time and cry out her claim. She offers her anger to her art. Art being done here, art being done here, creativity. She offers her anger to her art, her cause, her community, resulting in a rallying song of change. Okay. A woman in total control of herself pours her rage into creativity, advocacy, and commitment. She's also willing to peck out and devour rage against her own self through the radical wings of self forgiveness. That is the inside work. Wow. I did not expect that. That felt like a very scary card, didn't it? But that helps you learn discernment, right? That is the lesson of the divine feminine, is needing to learn discernment and needing to not put others in front of her own happiness or pour from an empty cup. And the lesson of the divine masculine is to allow ourselves to be vulnerable. It's all about vulnerability, taking the chance. And King of Pentacles does not love, he's risk averse, remember. So he's got to count on that opposing sign of death and rebirth here, Scorpio energy, in order to affect change. The compromise in the middle is yes, risk, but it is assessed risk. It's not just willy-nilly, you know, okay, whatever, let me just go ahead and bet it all on red, no. That is not a calculated risk. Okay, I was worked there for a second. I was like, that I isn't weren't harpies and like scary movies or um I don't know. I somehow am remembering that from like a scary movie, probably an adult movie that was supposed, kids aren't supposed to see, but you're like, there's a reason it's rated that way because it'll scare the shit out of you. I don't know. Okay. So 8, 6, and 9. That's a delightful card, that 9 card, the Keeper of Silence. The Hermit is a silent energy here, but it's part of the awakening to divine love is through our own divine love within ourselves. Okay, let's look at what this last position advice for, if this is strangers and why it's still a stranger's outcome here. Holding on too tightly. 2 sevens is a 14 of temperance. That could be just missing puzzle pieces of the psyche, guys. We're still needing to figure that out. Our independence and what we are anchored to. What was our own part? That's the stage in the Fool's journey where he assesses his wins and losses. The top of that, 21 again. And it's this is a lot of cards. So we'll take the top here, the Bird of Truth, the Bard of Truth, and there's another instrument that is, funny enough, a form of a harp, or not funny. This is the Judge. 21 energy. And we had our 21 card here in reverse, and uh, um, a lesson not quite completed yet. There's still some truth here. The key to unlocking our inner wisdom is through being able to manifest. And in order to manifest, you have to know how to unlock that key in meditation into that pineal gland. So the judge energy, contemplation, the judge, Six of Swords, Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords. Okay, Thief of Peace. Let's see what that judge energy is about for advice for you here if you are resonating with the stranger's position. She is the mistress of her own power. What we say about being an independent island and self sufficient. And she lives in you. Now is the time to call on her. Her message is trust yourself. There is no source outside your sacred self that can make decisions or choices for you. Your feelings, convictions, experiences, and inner knowledge and inner knowing are enough. The judge asks you right now, who is the ultimate judge of your worth and well being? Is it a spouse, your kids, a boss, a friend, lover, or family member? Is it a project, a deadline, or an expectation? Expectation of outcome kills it and delays it every time. Every time. Is it an old belief, a handed down, turn the page with my bad finger, outdated thought? Is it a society that demands your conformity? A woman in total control of herself knows that the ultimate authority is herself, and therefore she devotes a significant amount of energy listening, tending, and growing the relationship with that self. Can't make it up. She is the ultimate judge, listening to all the various voices, thoughts, and opinions, both in her head and in her circle of support, dismissing whatever insults her soul. Now is the time to consult the authority in you and allow yourself to embody her value. Don't shrink for others. You are a galaxy with stars hidden in your skin. Trust yourself. This is being too watchful, having an expectation of outcome, feeling like somebody's going to take what's yours. That is negative energy, and negative energy feeds itself. It's so much harder to get up out of that once it gets going. Okay. So, wow, just what an interesting reading. I thought, you hope so. I know it was a long one, but I feel like that was overdue. And I really wanted to get into why are these two songs? If we can't, what is it? It feels like the in between time after the storm. And so it is, it seems. And this is all about getting our groove back, getting yourself back. You are the judge of you and nobody else. And we've got to find our own balance back again if we want this to come back into the lover's position, or call in the lover that is meant for you. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful energy here. Not always the easiest energies to explain or advise for, because oftentimes when we're not ready to hear the things we don't want to hear, we're not going to want to hear it, period. And that's okay too. Because when you do want to hear it, and when you do want to listen and are open in your energy, then you notice when you didn't. You see the difference of those two energies, right? And you go, oh, I thought I was open. I thought I was balanced. I thought I was all right. But turns out I still had some more things to do. And that's okay. We are a work in progress. And that in and of itself is beautiful. Only you hold the key. And that starts with activating that pineal gland in meditation and listening to yourself. Intuition's about listening. Praying is about asking. Intuition's about listening. Okay. Any other questions? I just want to come and say hi to everybody. And I want to see what you said. You're happy for myth. Oh, the divorce is final. Hot diggity, hot dog. That is amazing. Good for you. Good for you. That feels like such a relief, I'm sure. Congratulations. Queen of Love and Divinity, welcome. Feedback missed. Oh, it's okay. It was a long reading, Miss Kaylee. There, it's all right. We divided it into friends, lovers, and strangers. So pick your poison. Maybe in a few months, come back, or maybe we started at one of them and it's kind of migrating and moving as energy tends to do. So please let me know if that resonated for you. If you're here, I really appreciate. Y'all that come back into the comments, even if you're here live with me. And remember to like the message so that it will get put out there in the vibes to others. So, really appreciate all that you do and all the beautiful energy that you are. And I'm going to go and make some dinner and call my mama. So, I think everything looks like it's going to work out here as long as the focus again is back into the self. Okay. Love you guys so much. And I will see you to what is tomorrow? I lost count of what day it is today. It feels like Wednesday, but tomorrow is Wednesday. Okay. Thank you guys again for all your love and support. I really do appreciate it. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. Bye bye for now.